Dueling Dialogues presents His and Hers with Grace Matthews, Caddyman, and Connor Murphy.
Welcome to episode 26 of His and Hers with Grace Matthews and the Caddyman in the heart of the USA, Springfield, Missouri. Hi, you two.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hey.
How's it going?
Well, it's going great. We've missed you.
Yes, I know.
We've been getting on some different platforms, so we took a couple of weeks off to kind of reorganize, and I can't believe how used to this podcast I've gotten. And
I know.
how much I enjoy it.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of therapies and stuff, this is my therapy, I think. Not so much this podcast, but maybe our political one, because I think it gives me that release that I just need to say something, right? Which, probably an issue. It is an issue.
Well, there are all kinds of things that are therapeutic.
Yeah.
And just so happens today we're going to talk about meditation. But I don't want to jump too far ahead because we always have a thought.
Right.
And our thought today is each new day is filled with infinite potential and possibility. We talk a lot about Sadhguru. He is the yogi that we sort of listen to sometimes. And he says, you need to be happy that you woke up every day.
Yeah.
Because if you don't wake up, there are absolutely no possibilities.
Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
Not a darn thing.
Right. Yeah, I think health scares, like having cancer and stuff like that, really kind of help you or force you almost into that mindset where, every day is a gift.
That's
right. And I've talked about it being sort of a club. I've had a health scare a few years ago when I had tumors in my head, and I sort of, knocked at that death's door. You sort of see things. You've certainly been there.
Yeah.
They had a heart attack.
Yeah. So we've all been there. We've been forced into that. By the way, I just had my 5-year cancer-free checkup.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Good. I'll drink to that tonight.
Yeah,
I'll join you then.
that's
Okay.
great. That really makes me happy.
Yeah, it was good.
That's good. Congratulations.
Yes.
I'm dealing with other stuff now. It's one ends and the next one begins. It's part of old age, though, I guess. I don't know.
It is kind of like that, I just had a birthday yesterday, so I'm a
Happy
little
birthday.
age defiant.
Yeah.
I'm defying age, or trying to make myself believe I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, we love meditation. And during our healing processes, I've used meditation for years.
Right.
Now, there are a lot of different types of meditation. I think that meditation is different from prayer, because prayer, you're being thankful. You're also asking for things.
Yeah, you're in
very
your brain
humble.
still.
Yeah.
You're in your own brain, if if that makes sense.
You're being very humble.
Right.
Meditation is reaching a different level of consciousness, but it also is an affirmation in itself.
Right.
You're sort of going out into the universe and saying, this is how I see myself, this is where I want to be, and this is what I want. It's less humble.
Right.
But it is, I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth, it is also a humbling experience, because you sort of learn to recognize, I'm just a grain of sand
Yeah.
in a big fat universe.
I'm a blip.
But you know what? The blip or the grain of sand sort of frees you.
Yeah.
It makes you feel freer to be you.
Yeah, I think it makes the smaller problems that you think are a problem kind of go away, because they're really just small potatoes, if you know what I mean.
They really are, like your next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the experts say that when you meditate, in order to start like physically changing your brain, and believe me, I'm not a doctor, I've just read this, you need to go past the 7-minute mark. Now, having said that, It doesn't mean that meditating for 2 minutes doesn't have quality.
Right.
In fact, if you suffer from things like OCD, they highly recommend those very short spurt meditations. They also talk about walking meditation, and also there are 3 and 5 minute meditations.
Right.
There are meditations where you just go into your own mind. There are meditations where you chant, where you actually use sentences
Right.
or, sounds like
Right.
like they do in India.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's a matter of finding what you like. And just don't be afraid to try it, and don't think, oh, well, I like this so much, I'm not going to try something else.
I do the walking meditation most often here, but it's easy to do for me because I just take a walk in the forest and you're immediately just a speck compared to the big trees in the forest and stuff like that. And you just get lost. Time goes away and you just kind of, if you try to think back on, hey, what was I doing when I was walking through this part of the bush? It's just not there. You're like, you don't even have a memory of it. So that's how I know the meditation is working for me.
Exactly. And so, some of the things that meditation does, number one is it relaxes you.
Right.
And when you're relaxed, you're open to, for example, deprogramming.
Right.
Have you ever been working really hard on a project, especially writing, and you hit a block?
Right.
And you just leave. You leave, you go take a walk, you go meditate, and your mind is just filled with the answers.
Exactly.
When you quit trying.
Yeah.
A lot of times too, in the sales world, you've got so many things, especially in the sales world, it seems like we call it feast or famine. Either nothing's going on or so many things are going on that these thoughts and projects and deals or whatever are coming at you from all different directions. Going in and meditating and just clearing your mind a lot of times really helps slow the world down.
Yeah.
It really helps you organize, step back and look at something differently, whatever. You just get into a different speed. And normally, anyway, for me, it has really worked out and really helped me where I felt anxious or maybe not sure what to do next or what direction to go. Just kind of do about a 7 to 10. We have found that 10 works very well for us.
Mm-hmm.
That 10-minute just can put you into a completely different frame of thought positively, and you do feel better. And like I said, I was one that didn't believe until I did it. And now I firmly believe that mind, body, and soul, it really does work.
Good to
It
hear.
does. It really does. But and it's peaceful. I mean, even our dog calms down.
I got to try that one.
And the minute the meditation comes on, it doesn't matter whether it's music or the ones with affirmations or the guided ones, doesn't matter. He is like totally calmed down. In fact, if he's a doodle, so they get a little high strung. So if he's having a really hard time calming down, I'll just put it on for him. Because we usually use YouTube.
Right.
And that's free.
Right.
And there are more to pick up from than you can imagine. So you as long as you have access to YouTube, you've got great sources.
Right.
I mean,
there are some really, really good ones too.
There is, yeah.
The ones with the affirmations and just the ones, the music or the, I guess, seance or whatever you would call the repetition of the music.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call it.
We're not bringing back people from the dead.
No, we're not bringing back anybody from the dead. We're talking about how the music plays, and it's like
Yeah,
it is
it's
kind
it
of
is nice.
hypnotizes you.
It is. It is, it is a form of hypnosis, some
Right.
of these videos. So if you don't like that, they do have disclaimers in the beginning. So, think about that. You can also find them for things like weight loss, exercising, detoxing.
Happiness.
If you want it to be about a specific thing, you can find it. It's also a good way to redirect if you are anxious or if you have PTSD.
Right.
And sometimes when you have those things, it's hard to go, oh, gee, I'm going to go meditate. But if you can learn to do that, it really does help.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's why the different time links are good. We started out just a couple of minutes, and then we went to the 5-minute one for, 3 months, 4 months, maybe longer.
Probably so.
And now we're up to the 10-minute ones. And the 5 helps, but it's almost like when you're getting into it, it's over.
Yeah, that's why I think the experts say it takes 7 to really reprogram your brain. Now, the 5-minute one we did, okay, the 10-minute ones we're doing now are very much affirmations. They're very much subject oriented, like detoxifying, self-esteem, confidence, exercise, But the ones we did that were 5-minute were protection, like the white light.
Right.
Where you can kind of calm yourself.
Gratitude.
Because we do have anxiety issues. So I think the white light kind of imagery is very good for anxiety.
Oh, it is.
And it also gives you the idea of, okay, if it's the middle of the day and someone's causing you problems at work or you've got an issue, go back to the white light in your mind, even though you're not sitting there listening to the tape.
Right.
So it's really good to do it for long enough that you kind of program yourself to go there, even when you're not in front of the screen.
Right.
So also meditation sort of teaches you to be grateful, kind of like we talked about Sadhguru saying, be happy that you woke up today.
Right.
There's more people die in their sleep than awake. And that's kind of a good thing, but that's another story for another day. But, being thankful and grateful makes us better people. I mean, we know that.
Right.
One of the things in our meditation that we listened to today was talking about liking yourself and having confidence in yourself, and portraying that will keep evil or bad luck or the people that you don't need to be around, will keep them away from you. And and gosh knows we've all hung out with people that we shouldn't have. And boy, if that's not true about that, going to get you in trouble, I don't know what else will.
Right.
But staying around from those type of people and being able to recognize that, that's a good thing.
I feel that if you portray enough confidence, it just keeps those people away because they're afraid of your energy subconsciously.
They like powerless people.
Yeah, they want the weak and the defenseless.
There you go.
But, and if you want it to be, meditation can be deeply spiritual. I think most people would call it spiritual. There are some people that think it makes them closer to God. Some people that want to refer that to as the universe.
Right.
Whichever you want. It is for at least that time. For most of us, it's becoming one with the universe.
Right. Yeah. So to me, spiritual doesn't mean religious.
Exactly.
It means,
can if you want it to be, but if you don't want it to be, it's not.
yeah, exactly. I think you hit the nail on the head there. If you want it to be about religion, you can. But I think there's more to it where, like you said, it's more like connecting with the universe as one.
Right. Yeah. That material that sort of connects us all.
Right.
Some people even have referred to it as, the golden fleece or the Akashic records. The white throne type judgment if you're a Christian. I mean, you don't really have to be part of a religion to know something connects us, because why else would they be able to teach a monkey something for the first time in the UK, and when they go to teach the second monkey for the first time in the United States, it's easier because the monkey in the UK has learned it.
Right.
That's because we're all connected. That's been proven 1,000 times over. It's even more so true for people. It's like, how is it that everybody gets the same idea at once? Well, some people believe it's because we have connected with that part of the universe. There are other people that believe that God releases certain things for us to figure out. And he sort of releases it in the fabric that connects us all. And so it's kind of like a first come, first serve.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so if you're trying to find a vaccine that will cure COVID, and maybe it's released out there, maybe more than one person can come up with it at once.
Yeah, that's I think you're 100% correct there. I'll tell you, if you wanted to start a media company right now, just do a search out there, because anything you think of has already been thought of.
That's true. There's not much new under the sun, is there?
No.
The only thing new under the sun is you.
Yeah, make yourself unique.
Exactly. Because what you do is probably not going to be that unique.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to share something with you as part of being a Reiki master. And if I have a friend or relative or something at a distance away from me, I'll try to send them some healing of white light. And what I get them to do is go to their favorite spot to meditate, and then go to their the place that they most like to be in. Usually warm sun, you can feel the warm sun, and just concentrate of the sun beating down on you, and absorb the sunlight. You can feel its warmth, absorb the sunlight, and the healing will be in that light. So
you've done that for me before.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I know.
And I don't know, there's something to it.
There is.
We don't have to know how it works.
No, but there's also something that is so wonderful about when someone cares enough to do it. That's very healing.
Yeah, I do a lot of
I
distance
think there's
healing.
also something about the fabric too.
Right.
That makes that you're sending that light to that person that needs it. And you can do it just like, I don't know, a saber.
Well,
yeah, it's just
like that defies time and space.
They say that all the trees in the same forest are connected nowadays through a network of roots. So there's something there. We also have in science the Higgs boson, I think it's called, particle, that when they split a particle, the one half knows what the other half is doing. So there are connections beyond science and beyond any human knowledge that exist. And I believe we tap into those occasionally just through meditation.
Well, and even if you're with a person, we talk about chemistry.
Right.
And you just get that warm, fuzzy feeling with a person.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You've connected with them. Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes it can be a cashier. and they just start telling you stuff. I get
Yeah.
this all the time.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go. I mean, people will just start telling me stuff.
Me too. And that's part about
Cardi and will be like, what are we doing?
that is your energy, and people know you have a powerful healing energy, and they subconsciously just step into it. And same thing happens to any Reiki master out there. The people that need help will find you.
Absolutely. And I don't want to leave this section without talking about breathing. Meditation can be really helpful to learning how to breathe. And learning how to breathe can help all sorts of things.
Right.
Learning how to control your breath, and
How you
deeply, how you breathe, getting oxygen to your body,
Right.
clearing your mind. Everything goes back to the breath.
I agree.
It's just as important in meditation as it is in yoga.
It is. And yoga
you will
is a
get more-
moving meditation.
Yeah, you will get more out of it by being able to do that correctly, by breathing correctly in meditation or in yoga, because I learned the hard way that I wasn't breathing correctly, and it's amazing how much different it is when you do. It's like doing the exercise correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Doing the stance correctly, doing the breathing correctly. It makes a huge, huge difference not taking the shortcuts.
Exactly. But there are different types of meditation, and I just want to go over this real briefly. I have 9 of them. Mindfulness meditation, that's where you just pay attention to your thoughts as they pass through your mind. Spiritual, we talked about that already. It's kind of like prayer or concentrating on the connection. We talked a lot about that. There's also focus meditation, where you focus on your 5 senses. Okay. And they teach one of them for anxiety, where you go through the 5 senses and you imagine, you feel something. Like right now, I am moving my fingers across my desk. Right. And it's a little cold and there's some texture to it. You do that, you might next go smell. What do I smell? And it can be, metal. It can be something. So you go through each of your senses. What do I hear? This will calm you down. It's a form of meditation. It's very similar to the 4 R's that they use for OCD.
Okay.
So next would be movement meditation, which would be yoga. Walking, like you talked about, walking through the forest. Mantra meditation, that would be like sounds. We talked about Om or Satnam, 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 where you move your body. There's also very serious meditation that is transcendental meditation. That's where you pretty much leave your body.
Okay.
There have been people that have lifted themselves up off the ground and levitated during transcendental meditation. There's also a progressive relaxation, where you slowly relax each part of your body. We used to use that for children. When I was studying child therapy, you would have them lay on their little mats on the floor, and you would go, relax your arms, relax your shoulders, and you would go through each of the body parts. Then there's a loving kindness meditation. This is where you focus on strengthening your compassion and kindness. It's great to help get rid of anger. And last would be visualization, where that's kind of like the white light. You're on the clouds.
Yeah.
And those are the 9 types of meditation. Whatever one you choose, I just guarantee you it's going to help.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
It really doesn't. And there, it's not necessarily a one script for all. I use most every one of those for different times of my life, or just what's convenient.
Right.
Sometimes you just want to take a walk.
Sometimes you're in the doctor's office sitting waiting for your appointment.
Exactly.
Yeah, I take those moments for sure. You just don't want to do it when you're driving.
No, don't do it when you're driving.
No,
And if
not
you-
good.
For sure.
And if you do go see Caddy Man, he'll fix you up with a new car.
That's right.
Exactly right. Right. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. In the coming weeks, we're going to have a guest.
Yes, I've been working a little bit
I'm
with...
so excited about, do we call her a life coach?
I guess you could. We'll have her answer that question.
Yeah, we will.
So she does workshops and things like that as well. Her name is Alexis Taylor Middleton, and the website is West Coast Woman Power, woman singular, power.com. So,
Yeah, well, we're real excited. Check out her website, but we're also going to have her for a guest.
yes.
So
And
that's exciting.
well, yeah, we haven't had a guest in a long time. I don't think we ever had a guest on this podcast.
Not
have
on
we?
his and hers, we haven't. And
All right. Well, first
we're going to
guest.
start lining up some guests, and we're gaining a lot of listeners, and we're very happy about that.
Yes, we're back in the swing of things, people. Thanks for being patient while we sorted some stuff out.
Absolutely.
And thanks for returning to listen. You guys have a great weekend, eh?
Yeah.
You too.
Remember, tempus fugit, time flies, use it.
That's right.
Goodbye, you two.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone.